using those minerals, then what's the point? You're not going to be... This isn't like hoarding minerals. You're not going to have them next game. Oh, if I save these 1,000 minerals, I'll have them next game. No, it's here and now. Use them while you can. So, I have 3 warp gates up right now. I should be just spending it as fast as I can. And I made 2 extra warp gates because... or making 2 extra gateways because these 3 gateways are not going to fit me for now. And see, I'm doing a pretty bad job because I'm not making any more probes. But with this expansion, this is what I do. This is I think this is a good tactic anyway, in my opinion. Is well, I'm doing it a little bit early because this nexus isn't up. But I use my first nexus to make probes for my second nexus. Basically, I'm gonna have 2 times the probes in the same amount of time I'd be making half of those. So constantly producing every time this cooldown is done for the warp gate. You should just new units. Like that should be your goal every time. Just waiting. Okay. Ooh, 8 seconds left. Okay. In those 8 seconds, I gotta make some more units. So 8 seconds pass, and now there you go. New army, and you've got a huge army there, and your minerals are going down, which is actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing to have not many minerals, unless, well, it's kind of a double standard because the more minerals you have, technically you are losing because you're not spending them, but it also can mean that you are winning. But you know what I mean, that basically unspent money is a waste. So no cash hoarding, just constantly spend it, and there we go. New fresh batch of units from my warp gate, and look at this huge army. I just made this probably in like 2-3 minutes, and just from 5 warp gates every 20 seconds waiting for that. And see, my money is falling back down, which is really good. I like that, and I should be building more pylons. This isn't on my list right now, but not getting supply capped is a good thing. I know it's usually hard for some people. I know it's hard for me sometimes. I don't notice. But yeah, don't forget to use that chrono boost. I'm using that chrono boost all the time, and I have enough minerals and everything to buy a Twilight Council. Let's throw a gateway in there for free too. So I'm gonna be teching up a little bit because I've got those extra minerals. I've already got a pretty decent, or actually pretty good sized army right now. I could probably take out the enemy right now with this army. And ooh, I should have spawned units. I got too caught up. And see, minerals back down to a good rate. I think you should never go above 500, but if you do, always be sure to put something down. And I know a lot of players, if this was me playing right now, I'd be attacking. A lot of new players, I know this because I was new to this too, and I did the exact same thing. You really like turtling. What turtling means is basically staying in your base, or just using one base and just staying there, going an all-in build, you know, just staying in your base, not attacking, and shaking in your pants because you don't know when the guy's gonna attack, and you're just scared as hell. And he probably just will run over you with like 20 battle cruisers and void rays, and you won't be teched up, and you won't have enough units to counter that. What I'm trying to say is turtling is bad, aggression is good. Keeping the aggression on your opponent is a great thing because that allows you to do many other things. Keeping the aggression on your opponent will make them go defensive. They're like, oh man, I gotta get an army, I can't attack right now. So if you can get your opponent into that kind of mindset, you can easily take an expansion because, hell, they're not gonna attack, so might as well take an expansion, make more money, more minerals, make more units. Perfectly, and I'm not making units, so oh, SCV trying to get in my base, but he's gonna be rejected. So yeah, just keeping your opponent onto that aggressive kind of mindset, you know, making them always defensive, not letting them expand or anything. That really lowers the morale. It does more than you think. And then this is probably my last point. I'm just looking at my sheet right now. Yeah, just my last point here. I see a lot of players do this. They'll just stay at this bottom ramp and not let their units attack. But this is what you got to do. Stalkers in front is bad because these zealots are melee, and they need to be in front attacking the units, and they're not going to get by those stalkers when they're shooting. So you got to make sure unit positioning is important too, and where you are too. This is a bad spot to be in. I'm on the bottom of the ramp. I can't see these units up here. This is not good for me. But if I could get a couple units up that ramp, I can just shoot from there and overwhelm my opponent. So there you go. Remember to tech up. Don't do exactly this build, but hopefully this helps some other players. Just to recap, number 1, rally points from your Nexus to the mineral line. Always really good to do. Scouting. I can just see what this guy wanted to do, just with what he had. 2 starports. Okay, probably Vikings in the other, and Banshees in this one. He's got two siege factories, one with a tech lab. Might be producing Thors, but I don't see an armory, so it's probably going to be siege tanks. Ghost Academy might want to do feedback onto my units because Protoss aren't good against shields. See, from scouting, I could totally tell what this guy is trying or wants to do to me. So, oh, there's the army, so he could have made Thors too. So I would have to make Immortals. I'd have to adapt my play to what he's trying to do to me. So, number 3 is hotkeys. You know, always having 4 as your Nexus. Oh, and I usually put this as 5. So 4 and then 5, and it's really quick. You could jump through between bases, and it's incredibly good to do. And I didn't cover this actually. Expanding when you need to. I'd say at about 1,200 minerals, and you're on the offensive, and you have a decent army, I would expand. Well, it's hard to say when you should expand because it's kind of like an instinct thing for me. I don't really have like something like any guidelines or rules like I have to have this many minerals and this much Vespene gas to do this. No, it's all instinct for me. And then going to 4, yeah, just using that shift, making them build something and then shift back into the Vespene guys or mineral line, whatever you want them to do. So right after they're done, they can do that. Number 5, probe production, constant probe production. See, I kind of slacked up on my probe production, but it's fine because I've pretty much already won this game. And then after that is Chrono Boost. Oh, I can't believe so many people forget about using Chrono Boost. I forget like later in game, but always Chrono Boost and constant Chrono Boost. If you have more than 50, then that's bad. You should use it right now. Right now. And then number 7, low money is good. Just remember that. The more you spend on your army and the less you have in your, you know, little chest or your coffers, the less you have in there and the more in your army, then it is better for you. Okay, and then right after that, number 8, no turtling and be aggressive. Being aggressive is the secret to being a good player. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something from here, and don't forget to sign up for the tournament. Leave your BattleNet ID and your friend code number in the comment section below. Alright, thanks guys.